We begin with a story we were the first to bring you this afternoon. The man behind a string of armed robberies this week has finally been arrested. Police arrested 21-year-old Hunter Havisto in South Fargo this afternoon. He was wanted in connection with the armed robbery of M&H off of Main Avenue yesterday, but also two other robberies that happened earlier this week and another one today at Mr. Money. We've had crews in multiple locations across South Fargo following the situation as it developed all afternoon. Kicking off our team coverage is Valley News Team's Aaron Walling live where the arrest was made just over an hour ago. Aaron, what do you know?
Was arrested. It was shortly after 3:30. Now, an officer on scene came over to us and talked to us about what they had seen. They had said that they had found him at the 2100 block and they were still investigating it. But right after that, then they discovered, and actually they had arrested him. And the building that is actually behind me is the 2121 location where he was arrested. And currently they are still investigating. There's about 4 or 5 officers and also a sheriff is on scene trying to investigate, trying to figure out what exactly happened in him getting here. And this all started this morning when a vehicle that was taken, that was a stolen vehicle, was involved with an incident that took place at Mr. Money. But that actually is we're going to actually head over to Valley News Team's Bailey Hurley, who has more information. Bailey?
Yeah, Aaron, I did speak with the owner of Mr. Money a short time ago, and he says that him and his employees watched as that stolen vehicle backed into a parking space right in front of their storefront, which they kind of thought was unusual. He says that's when Havisto walked into the store, held a gun up to him and his employees, and demanded $1,000. The owner says they did comply and handed over that $1,000, but that's when the owner says he felt like Havisto had been in his store before, because that's when Havisto pointed out another till and said that he wanted the money in that till as well. The employees did comply, and that's when the owner says that Havisto then told he and his employees that he wanted them to follow him to the vehicle. The owner says that he told Havisto, absolutely not, you have your money, now get the heck out. That's when he says Havisto ran out of his store, got into his vehicle, and that's when the owner says one of his employees shot at the car, that's suspect stolen vehicle, solely as a way to make the car more identifiable, both to the public and police. There at one point there was a large amount of shattered glass here in the parking lot that has been cleaned up by now. That suspect vehicle did flee from here and ended up in the 25th Avenue, 13th Avenue area. And of course, we all know that Havisto then was later arrested. I did have a chance to tell the owner of Mr. Money that Havisto had been arrested. He thanked me for telling him that and just said he's so glad that no other business owners are going to have to live in fear that they might be next or have to go through what both he and his employees, as well as several other businesses, have gone through the last 24 to 48 hours. Live in Fargo, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.